Episode 1. Whispers in the Dark. The storm raged through the night, its fury battering the ancient spires of the library tower. Rain lashed against the narrow windows, each droplet rattling like ghostly fingers against the glass. Thunder rolled through the heavens, shaking the very stones of the tower's foundation. In the heart of this tempest, the lone light of a flickering candle danced against the gloom. Alric hunched over a massive oaken desk, the flicker of the flame casting shadows across his gaunt features. His quill scratched softly against parchment, each stroke careful and deliberate as he copied the faded runes from a leather-bound codex. The dim light made his eyes ache, but he dared not stop. Every symbol he transcribed felt like a key, a piece of a puzzle whose solution eluded him. The tome before him was older than any he had ever encountered. Its blackened leather cover felt cold beneath his fingertips, as if the years had leached all warmth from it. The pages, yellowed and brittle with age, smelled of dust and secrets long forgotten. Yet the runes, they glimmered faintly, as if inked with starlight. He traced one with a trembling finger, feeling a cold prickle crawl along his skin. "What secrets do you hold?" he whispered into the silence. Lightning split the sky, illuminating the high arch ceiling for the briefest moment. Alric flinched, heart pounding, half expecting to see some spectral form lurking in the darkness. The tower had always been quiet, but tonight the silence felt heavier, like the air itself was holding its breath. A distant clang echoed through the halls, faint but distinct. Footsteps followed, hurried, purposeful. Alric startled, nearly upsetting the inkpot. He turned as the library doors creaked open, revealing the broad-shouldered form of Sir Darius. The knight's face was grim beneath his rain-slicked hood, his hand resting on the pommel of his sword. "Alric," Darius said, voice low and urgent, "they're here." The scholar rose, clutching the tome to his chest. "Already? I thought we had more time." "So did I." Darius crossed the room in 3 strides, his armor glinting in the candlelight. "The Inquisitors move faster than we anticipated. We must leave. Now." Alric hesitated, glancing back at the desk, where half a dozen other books lay open, each one a doorway into forgotten lore. There's still so much to learn. This text, it speaks of the pact, of the Wyvern's curse. If we leave now, it could be lost forever. Darius placed a firm hand on Alric's shoulder, his grip reassuring. "Knowledge is no use to the dead." Thunder growled in the distance as the wind howled through the tower's narrow halls, rattling the ancient tapestries that lined the stone walls. Alric nodded, swallowing his fear. He gathered his notes and tucked the tome beneath his cloak. The candle guttered and died as they turned toward the stairwell, plunging the library into darkness. Together, they descended the spiraling stone staircase, their footsteps echoing through the gloom. The shadows seemed to stretch and twist along the walls, curling around them like silent watchers. Every creak of the old stones beneath their feet felt deafening against the quiet. As they reached the base of the tower, Alric dared to glance out one of the narrow windows. The storm raged on, rain slashing against the glass. But beyond the tempest, something moved. Far in the distance, silhouetted against the lightning-streaked sky, a shape glided silently through the darkness. Vast wings unfurled, sleek and deadly, the creature soared above the treetops, a shadow against the storm. His breath caught in his throat. "Darius," he whispered, voice barely audible. The whispers, they spoke true. The Wyvern has awakened. The knight followed his gaze, his expression hardening. Then we have even less time than I feared. Without another word, the scholar and the knight slipped into the shadows, the storm closing in behind them.